Hello YouTube and welcome to the fish room. It's a fish room but it's only got a couple of tanks in it at the moment. I'm not going to fill it completely up with tanks till we know the fish are going to sell. I know I'll speak about it later, but I'm not going to fill this room with tanks and then we have trouble selling it. So we've got two little ones at the moment and then we're going to get two breeder tanks. Well, one's going to be a breeder tank and then the other's going to be a grow out tank, but we'll use them both as breeders to start off with because we don't need the actual extra large grow out tank. The wood is 2.5 inches by 1.5 inches and yeah, we literally just moved the fish in today. It's really hard to see them, they're still really scared in there. And there's one female in there, a little tiny neon spot. It's her first time of holding. I don't know how many she's holding or if she'll hold the full term. Yeah, so it's literally just two tanks at the moment, two bubblers going, not bubblers, sorry, sponge filters going, one sponge filter in each tank, one heater in each tank. And at the moment the light's just being lit by the light in the actual room. It did used to house a lot of junk and my partner said you can clear it out and make a fish room, and that's the result of it. So just stay tuned and I'm going to show you a couple of clips of how it got into being a fish room. Okay, so this is the fish room in progress. Nothing's fixed in, it's all just been cut to size. So there's 4 shelves going this way. They're going to house possibly breeding tanks. I know the tanks we're going to get is 60 centimetres long by 30 centimetres wide by 30 centimetres high. So there may be a couple of breeding tanks and then a couple of extra large grow out tanks. And then down there, that side is going to be just 4 small fry tanks. They're only 40 centimetres long by 25 centimetres by 25 centimetres high. They're actually going to go endways on, so it's only going to be 25 centimetres up wide and then 40 centimetres depth. And in there, maybe if we can get our hands in there, it's just going to be a place to store some bits for fish stuff really. But that's it, that's the progress, and as you've seen the finished result. We haven't got all the tanks just yet, but there's going to be 8 tanks in here. So as you can see, I've decorated the door with a little sign, my name, fish room, enter at your own risk. That's kind of try and keep the children out, but I know they won't. If you can hear, there's bubblers going in there. I'm seeding the air filters for this room. So down the side I've got my logo with some companies that I mainly stock. Well, JBL is pretty much the main one. But then yeah, it's 4 layers. I put some matting down because like aquarium matting down because the wood wasn't completely flat, it had little bumps. So instead of causing stress points in the tanks, I put mats down there. Each one is connected by 3 screws, so one tank's being held up by 12 screws. It can easily take the weight of these tanks. I sat on it, didn't even make a creaking noise, didn't move. Can't tip forward, and none of these actual boards are screwed in, they're just pushed on. And yeah, I'm going to seed the tanks as well by putting rocks from the aquarium I've got at the moment and putting them in there, so they've got a bit of beneficial bacteria. And as I said, I'm seeding the air filters as well, so still got a wire in some electrics, and I'm going to put all the power up there basically for it. Lights, I'm still a bit confused about what I'm going to do for lighting. I don't know if I just light the room as one, just light, and that's it, or I'm going to put a light above each tank. I'm thinking just light in the room, because you know it's going to be 8 separate lights I'm going to need in here, so it's all about electricity costs down there. Obviously there's going to be a problem siphoning, because you need to siphon lower than the tank, so we're going to have to remove the water by other means. And to clean the bottom of the base, we're going to get a battery powered vacuum, and I'll show you that in action. But you had already seen this room going. It's only going to have 2 tanks going, but I'm not going to go mad until I know these fish are going to sell. You know, spent probably €25 so far on the wood, screws we had, the matting we had, obviously the tanks we've had to buy, the heaters, the air pumps, well, not the air pumps because we had them, so the sponge filters. So all in all, I don't want to be spending out loads of money to find out we're not going to sell the fish, but I'm pretty sure if I'm good with the selection of fish we're breeding, we will sell them with no problem. So that's it, thank you. Next time will be the completed thing, which you'd already seen a quick clip of, but this is just to show you how I got there. Okay, as you've seen, this junk room's now been turned into a fish room. I know it's not a fish room to most people's standards, because it's only got 2 tanks in it, and it's only ever going to be able to house 10 tanks, but we're not planning on breeding to a massive scale. If we do need more tanks eventually, then we'll look at that, but I very much doubt it. So this is the Malawi Cichlid Amateurs Fish Room. Enter at your own risk, and remember to like, comment and subscribe to my videos, and stay tuned for more updates on this fish room as we add more tanks and more progress on the fry. So thanks again for watching.